Well, this is awkward. You know, I've watched my fair share of dumb movies. I've seen the Michael Bay Transformers, Romeo and Juliet, Suicide Squad, the old Fantastic Four movies, Pixels, and Divergent, which I all thought were dumb to a certain extent. However, a movie that I saw just last year managed to change all of that. And this was in the same year that I watched Rise of Skywalker, for Christ's sake. So that's saying something.
It's mine now!
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the dumbest movie in history, Lucy. Now keep in mind, when I say dumb, I don't necessarily mean bad. I actually had a lot of fun for the first 2 acts of this movie. They were fun, cool action flicks, which I enjoyed for the most part. There was a couple dumb scenes in the 2 of them. But overall, I liked the first 2 halves. And the third half is something. Yeah, I'll go with that. So anyways, might as well talk about the good stuff in order to get it out of the way. I like the Scarlett Johansson's performance. She does a great job as Lucy. If you love her as Black Widow, I think this will also be a very good role to see her as. She has a very good complex role as a person who has psychic abilities and slowly loses her emotion to it. I like some cool action sequences. There's a lot of dumb stuff that reminds me of like Michael Bay movies, but I think it works in this movie fairly well to the best degree. I like Morgan Freeman. You can't really not like Morgan Freeman. So yeah, it's pretty good stuff. There's not much to say about it other than it being dumb and fun. So yeah, let's get into the stuff that is, which I like to call the dumb as shit moments. Start off, this movie clearly rips off Elfen Lied. And if you don't know what Elfen Lied is, it's an anime about this girl who gains psychic powers and kills the guys who come after her. And if you're wondering, yes, that is the exact same plot of this movie. Now look, I'm kind of glad that Hollywood is gaining inspiration off of different forms of medium, whether it be comic books, video games, and even anime to an extent.
Get the f*** out of my sight before I demolish you.
But when it's done this flimsily, it's not good. It's really, really not good. Also, you should have had it start out with psychic abilities. Because when it first starts out, Lucy only has the ability to use her brain to extreme degrees and hack into surfaces. Okay, that is cool. But then you make her a psychic, and that's just too much. She's the Mary Sue of this movie. She's more Mary Sue than Rey ever was in the entire Star Wars trilogy. I don't know what else to say. There's this one scene where she just defies all logic and using the power of her brain makes some guys fucking float in air, throws one of them through a wall, and then proceeds to give the other one brain damage to take a case away from them. This movie is just so stupid. And also at the beginning of the movie, Lucy's talking to her boyfriend. He wants her to deliver a case inside of a building to an unnamed client, which she doesn't really like. And this scene goes on for so long. It felt like I was watching this scene for 30 minutes. This could have been a whole movie, to be honest. That one scene just drags on for so long. It's just a consistent back and forth. Hey, will you do this thing for me? No. Hey, will you still do this thing for me? No. Okay, yeah, I really get that you're under stress and you don't want to do this thing for me, but can you really do this thing for me? He handcuffs her to the case, so she has to do it anyway. And then this is here we go. This is where the good stuff happens. He ends up, this is funny. He gets shot outside the building. Lucy gets dragged inside the building to a mob boss, and then she gets injected with what I can only assume is the drug form of a super soldier serum. I'm not even joking. This sounds like a fanfic I made up. Actually, this could be a really good fanfic. Not gonna lie. Also, there's this guy. I have no idea what his name is. I'm just gonna call him Guy. He literally stumbles in the movie for no reason. He's the typical cop guy who tries to go out and save people. I can only assume his personality is personality. And there's this one scene in the movie, if you see my other video about Lucy, you probably know what this is, where Lucy kisses him despite the fact they have only known each other for like 20 minutes, and the other 5 minutes are like on the phone. So this is how the scene is set up. She just took down a bunch of guys, and the police officer's like, okay, you're doing pretty good, I think I'll go. And she says, no, stay. But I don't think I'm of any help. What am I to you? And she literally plants a kiss on him and says, a reminder. That is the stupidest shit I have ever heard in any movie. In a world where I have seen Raylo become canon, this somehow takes the crown of most stupid, pointless, and excruciatingly bad romances in movie I have ever seen. I'm sorry, Scarlett Johansson, you can't fix this. Also, you got these weird-ass Morgan Freeman scenes. I love Morgan Freeman, and I actually think he does a decent job explaining the purpose of this movie and why these scenes are there to begin with, but it's done so oddly. Like, they have pictures of animals doing stuff, and they have, like, videos of magicians doing, like, some pull out of the hat magic tricks. Oh yeah, and then they have a bunch of humans and animals bumping hippies, but you know what, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna show it. I can safely say that these are probably some of the most pointless scenes I have ever seen in any cinema history. But to be fair, they do serve a purpose despite them being kind of dumb. It explains the background behind Lucy and her evolving pattern. Although I feel like the movie could have done without that. You could logistically cut out all these scenes of Morgan Freeman giving a speech to his class, and I guarantee you, the movie would probably be the exact same way, probably even better if we didn't have those things. However, out of everything I've said about this movie, I still generally thought it was good. Up until the third act. Now, the third act of this movie is hard to explain for a variety of reasons. Even if you've watched the movie a total of 5 times, I guarantee you are not going to understand what the hell is happening in the third scene. But just in case, I'm going to give you a rundown. The cop side anime character is with her, and he's protecting her or something. Anyways, they have these rival gang leader guy going over there to kill her. And they have the cops show up to protect her, obviously. And then this violent shootout begins. Bang, 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 all that cool stuff. Then the boss, Yakuza boss or whatever his name is, he goes in there, he picks up a gun, and he's about to shoot Lucy. But as he's getting closer to her, she's achieving her true form by way of CGI. Yeah, she achieves her true form through CGI and technopathy. I don't know what the hell is happening. And right before he can shoot her, she achieves 100% power like in Mob Psycho 100 and just vanishes out of thin air and becomes one with the internet. And the mob boss guy gets shot in the head by the generic side anime character. However, out of all the endings, I can't say it disappointed me. Because, if anything, it just left me with an abundance of questions and kind of a bad taste in my mouth, but I can't say it disappointed me. After all, this entire movie was being dumb from the very beginning, just to a lesser extent. And that's why it doesn't disappoint me, because it was dumb from the beginning, and if it gets dumb at the third act, I kind of would expect that from any cinematic movie. So, you know what? I'm gonna give Lucy, because I'm nice, a C-.